for today from Something You Forgot Along the Way, Stories of Wisdom and Learning. And today's story is number 17, Building a Reputation for Excellence, the Fruits of Sustained Effort. In the food-loving city of Osaka, there is a famous noodle shop. The owner, an astute businessman, always makes a point of stopping in other noodle shops when he travels in order to try their wares. He asks in detail about the ingredients in the noodles, the soy sauce, and the broth. On returning to Osaka, he carefully compares his way of making noodles with other people's, sparing no effort to perfect the flavor of the product he sells. One day, a customer came from far away to visit the shop, drawn by its reputation. When he went in, he found the owner seated erectly at the counter. To the customer's surprise, before serving a bowl of noodles, the waitress would first present it to the owner, who would sample it and then quietly pass verdict. Clearly, he lived by an unswerving principle. No customer of his would be served food that failed to meet his standards. At this demonstration of uncompromising commitment to quality, the man was filled with admiration. A reputation for excellence doesn't come about by chance, he realized, nor does it happen overnight. Once a man approached the famous musician Sigmund Thalberg (1812 to 1871) with a request for him to perform a piano piece. He was planning to release a new composition and wished the performance to go well. Thalberg's reply caught him by surprise. "Sorry, there isn't time enough for me to practice." "Surely a musician as great as yourself can learn a piece this simple in a matter of days," objected the man. "No," said Thalberg, "I will not perform any piece publicly unless I have practiced it more than 50 times a day for a month, or over 1,500 times in all." These were indeed the words of a master. Such is the dedication of great people, men or women. Anyone who seeks to distinguish himself while eating, drinking, and sleeping all they want might as well look for fish in a tree. Okay, very good. So yeah, these stories recently we've been talking about the parameter of sustained effort, which is perseverance. Yeah, it's a very good deed, one of the 6 good deeds taught by the Buddha that guide us to true happiness, happiness that holds us fast, never to abandon us. Yeah, so when the food at a restaurant is so superbly delicious, like this kind of noodles in Japan, the shop owner, the restaurant owner, so they would make sure that about the quality of the food that they were serving the customers, and he made sure that it tastes as good as it's supposed to taste. So he was there. That's how much his heart and soul were in his business. Yeah, most people, once they succeed, they just, they're like, okay, money is coming in. So they move on and they let their own chefs or, people run the store. They kind of forget about it. And then the quality goes down because, if the employees just keep working hard and the owner is not there to appreciate their existence or give them feedback or some kind of expression of appreciation and feedback. Oh, yeah, this part is very good, but can you do this part? People feel they have a sense of progress and they feel happier, so they work harder. Yeah. And yeah, so that was the first story. We learned about how a reputation for excellence. It doesn't come about by chance, nor does it happen overnight. So day in, day out, we practice. We try to perfect. So that's why 6 paramitas are sometimes called as 6 perfections. Like the first one, kindness. We are not perfect at being kind, but every time we practice kindness, we can do self-reflection and improve. Next time we can improve a little bit more. And in this way, we can approach that perfection. And then the second story also about playing the piano. Yeah, so we think that, people who are now masters and ahead of the game, they know everything by heart, but actually they still need to practice because everything is impermanent. We become rusty when we don't do something for a while. So it's all practice that makes perfect. And yeah, and if we just, live life the way everybody else is doing, just surviving, so we cannot distinguish ourselves from others. We cannot feel like, okay, the world is better because of me. I've made this kind of difference. Yeah, that makes us feel very good. And in order to get to that point, so we want to practice, 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 and sustain those efforts, which is the paramita of perseverance. Yeah, which is, yeah, all of you are still here after many months of this practice. So good job for persevering. Today is Wednesday, so we're going to have the Karma Lab at 5 p.m. Pacific time. And have a wonderful Wednesday, everyone. Bye.
Thank you, Beta.
Oh,
Thank you,
yeah.
everybody.
Bye, Gary.